Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we'll be introducing a new set of winners in the Gloucestershire Media Business Awards. But before that, let's look at some of Gloucestershire's business legends. Their companies who over the last 12 years have won the top accolades in our awards for business in this county. These business legends, ladies and gentlemen, have one thing in common: excellence in every facet of their operations. That's what made them winners then, and that's what will make tonight's winners stand out from the crowd too. Let's take a look at some of those legends. Renishaw was one of our early winners back in 2000. It now employs 1,400 people here in the county and 2,100 people worldwide. Renishaw's turnover is 180.9 million, and it has won the Queen's Award for Industry no less than 12 times.
When the pursuit of business excellence, Renishaw has had to achieve a range of successful activities. I would say probably the most important thing in our success is that the two founders are still involved in the business. And because they have the majority shareholding in the company, we can make long-term decisions. We don't try to satisfy our investors every quarter. What we look for is what it takes to invest in the long term. That's why our R&D investment is over 17% of the turnover of the company, very high for a company of our type. Because they've led us in that direction of making sure that we're investing the right way on a regular basis, we have been able to take this forward. And because our chairman is such an innovative gentleman, in fact, the majority of the patents in the company are actually the result of his activities, we've had these breakthrough products that have taken us into the future for the last 30 years. Another thing we have to definitely make sure that we're able to support is the fact that the growth of Renishaw is going to come from the growth in our worldwide markets. We want to be able to develop our products and build many of them here in Gloucestershire. So that means we have to do the things here very well. But at the same time, we have to look at the fact that right now, a lot of the investment in manufacturing systems is actually in China. It's no longer the Germans and the Americans or even the Japanese that are putting the kind of investment in, especially in the future. So we have to be able to support what's happening in China. We have to support what's happening in Japan. Japan builds production systems. Germany builds production systems. They don't consume them at the rate they used to. The consumption now is occurring in China and some of the other Asian countries, and now most recently again in India. So we have to be able to monitor where the economic growth is occurring and then invest accordingly to be able to support it. It's no longer just in the UK. It hasn't been for many years. And it's not anymore just the dominant US market like it used to be 15 years ago, or possibly even Germany and Japan. It's now the fact that although they might not be the full size yet of Germany and Japan, China and Taiwan and Korea, those markets are so important to us that we have to be able to be a worldwide player and support these markets, because the investors are putting their money into those places, not like they used to put into the United States, Germany, and places like that. If I was going to advise somebody on what they should be doing right, don't just have one idea. And don't just think that one idea will be able to take a company into the future. They have to make sure that the rest of what it takes, and that is, if it's an idea that can be protected, you protect the idea. The fact that you have to be able to stay with it. One of the advantages Renishaw has is if we have an idea, we're willing to invest year after year after year if we can believe in it. If they have to use somebody else's money to do it, that person might want to return too quick. So I would say make sure that you have investors that are willing to live for the long term, and that you have more than just a product idea. You have the understanding what the service is going to be that's going to be needed, and the quality of the product that's going to be needed.
Cult Clothing was our Business of the Year in 2006. Julian Dunkerton started his empire on a market stall in Cheltenham, selling retro jeans and t-shirts to students. And now Cult has over 50 outlets throughout the country.
We are absolutely obsessed with being the best in our marketplace. We know our market incredibly well. We have been targeting the same category of customer for a long time, and we've carried our customers through generations. We're absolutely obsessed with being the best in our market, and offering the best service, offering something that's not available to our customers anywhere else, and making it a more exciting place to shop than anywhere else on the high street. So if you're of a certain age, you will be excited coming into one of our environments. We work very hard at that. We're a very successful company, and getting stronger. We're sort of moving away from the competition. So actually, this economic downturn is going to be quite exciting for us in terms of opportunities that weren't available. And property deals, I mean, the tables have turned, so now the tenants having the power. So this will be one of our most exciting moments in the history of our company. We have stores geographically all over the country, and we have the large urban stores, which we are opening 3 new ones in the next 3 months. We're opening Bristol, Leicester and Liverpool. Liverpool being our flagship store. We are opening Superdry concessions in House of Fraser. We've opened 35 this year and are opening another 12 in the next few months. We have just launched in the US. We are going to have at least a store in LA and New York in the 12 months. We have a dozen franchise stores opening in the world, so in Belgium, in Saint-Tropez, 2 in Australia, and franchising is a model that is happening a lot, and wholesale is global. The future is massively exciting. I mean, retail is 84% up from last year at this last month. I mean, we're expanding at a rate never before in our history. The main factors that have contributed to our success are hard work, reinvesting virtually every penny I've ever made, and building up a brilliant team, and focus. I mean, we have been absolutely focused on what we're trying to achieve, and that pushing the whole thing forward consistently.
Eight years ago, Rapid Racking won our Business of the Year award. Based in Kemble, it's now the UK's leading specialist in storage solutions, with 100,000 customers.
Well, achieving business excellence at Rapid Racking has really been down to 2 things. Our people, very important to us. We do our best to retain and recruit the best possible people. And perhaps more importantly for us is the customer. We instill a philosophy throughout the business, whether it be marketing, operations or the admin team. Everybody thinks about the customer, puts themselves in the position of the customer. Rapid Racking has been around for 22 years, and during that time we've seen huge expansion, double-figure increases for most of the years. And this year, in fact, we exceeded the £20 million turnover, which was a target we'd set ourselves 2 or 3 years ago. So we're very pleased with that. In terms of expansion, we see ourselves expanding not only through the UK, but perhaps more importantly, European expansion. We're now part of a large European group with many businesses throughout the whole of Europe, including Eastern European countries. And we see Rapid Racking moving and expanding across the whole of Europe. You know, when Rapid started, its early days were tough going, but we stuck with it. The business continued, was believed in its end product and its service, and we got there in the end. So I think perseverance is really the advice I would give.
Last year's winners were the Omega Resource Group, international recruitment experts based at Stonehouse. They're no strangers to winning prizes, and they've recently won a Best Business Award in the West of England Business of the Year Awards.
Omega Resource Group is an excellent business in a vast market. It's a £26 multi-billion-pound market. In order to succeed in that market, you've got to be something special, and in order to grow to a significant size, you've got to be good. We are entrepreneurial by nature. The three founders, of which I'm one, are always looking for the next opportunity. We're trying to stay ahead of the curve in a fast changing market, and a very demanding market as well. And so far to date we've been successful at that. We set up in Poland, and it's proved to be a huge success. We've helped tens of clients by supplying literally hundreds of people, both skilled and unskilled, from Poland into the UK, and we were one of the first UK recruitment companies to take advantage of that, and we know that for a fact. So again, that's entrepreneurial. That's about having flair and recognising that opportunity. The other drive in the engineering sector in the UK in particular is all about outsourcing these days, whereby companies are looking to outsource large chunks of design work or build work, or both, or development. So what did we do? Again, did our research, and we've set ourselves up as Amiga Engineering Services, and we've recruited some highly skilled people to run it, and we are now our subsidiary that is a professional engineering business. So again, you're trying to be one step ahead of the rest, and all the while, of course, if you're doing this, going back to the earlier topic of the economic situation, you are spreading your risk. So it seems quite a clever strategy, really, as long as you can make money at each of them, but we've been successful at it so far. So entrepreneurial skills, looking after our staff, 100% effort at all time, and respecting the market that you operate in, I would say that's what makes Amiga special as a business.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gloucestershire's Lord Lieutenant Henry Elwes is an honoured guest tonight. He probably sees the excellence of Gloucestershire's businesses more than anyone as he tours the county, presenting the Queen's Awards for Industry.
Well, every year since I've been Lord Lieutenant, I've had the honour of presenting Queen's Awards for Industry, sometimes as many as 5 in a year. And this is more than most counties can ever claim to do. And we have the most wonderful spread of industry in Gloucestershire. We're predominantly, of course, aerospace, and a lot of very ingenious companies live off the back of the aerospace industry. But there are many others as well in the county. I went to one where they export bicycles with mudguards made of plastic, and the bicycles are exported to Taiwan. Well, anyone who can export plastic to Taiwan, I think, is doing pretty well. And we have wonderful workforce in Gloucestershire with enormous amount of innovation going on right under our nose. And of course, one of the great things about the Business Awards is it brings it out into the open. People are so busy doing things, they often don't have time themselves to tell the world what they're doing. But the Business Awards in the county, of course, are a wonderful forum for presenting all that's good in Gloucestershire.
Ladies and gentlemen, just some of our business legends who've won our top award over the last 12 years. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, another company will join that Hall of Fame.